Hey, it's Buck. Thanks for stopping by or clicking by. I wanted to do a quick review on this album by STYX. If you're a STYX fan, this is Crash of the Crown. Look at that, Crash of the Crown. I started to make a video on this last week after listening to it a couple of times, but I thought I'm going to give it a few more times. So I gave it about 5 spins so far, and I'm not disappointed. I'm really liking this album. I didn't think I would. I'm not crazy about every STYX album ever made. My favorites, of course, would be The Grand Illusion. So if you're a fan of The Grand Illusion, Pieces of 8, and Paradise Theater, Rockin' the Paradise. I think that's the song on it anyway. Great tunes. These are my 3 favorite STYX albums. I got some over here, Equinox, Cornerstone, STYX 2 before Tommy Shaw joined the band, as well as Kilroy was here with Mr. Roboto. Those aren't my favorite STYX. There's some pretty good stuff on there, but really for me, I spin these 3, or I have been spinning these 3 for the past couple of years, a lot. And then my wife pointed out at the record store, she goes, "Have you heard of this one?" And I go, "STYX, when was this made?" 2021. And I was marked down from like $34 to $24, so $10 off, and I thought, I normally don't spend 25 bucks on a record album. I like to buy used records, but it's like, well, I'm going to take a chance. And I'm glad I took that chance. I'm really, really happy because it reminds me of the feel of these records. You know, not 100%, but there's a lot of the feel, the musical feel and style of those records with more modern production techniques. Not to take away from the quality of the original records. They sound amazing. But Gowan is in the band, and that was one of my favorite things that happened. I was a Gowan fan. I've got Strange Animal. When I had heard that he joined STYX like 20-something years ago, over 20 years ago, whatever it was, I was like, really? And then I thought, oh, Dennis DeYoung's voice and Gowan's voice are around the same range, and they're both killer keyboard players and singers, so it makes perfect sense. We saw them in concert a few years ago, and that was an amazing concert, but it's like, you know, you're going to replace the lead singer with Gowan. That, to me, no problem at all, right? I don't know about the internal politics of the band. I really don't care. I'm just a consumer. I just want to listen to music. And I got to say, bottom line, this is a solid piece of work. I even read the little story in here, but really just the tunage. There's a couple of songs in there that made me kind of think of Night at the Opera for some reason. But it's, anyway, solid album. I highly recommend this if you're a STYX fan of the old STYX. It's modern, but at the same time, they got a lot of the same sounding, the same vibes and everything. Like there's always a working man, good feeling vibe in a lot of the tunes, you know. Is that Tommy Shaw, I think? I'm not sure who mandates that, but it's like, it's feel-good rock and roll with a nice amount of prog rock, but it's not complete prog rock, of course. It is this is a rock band. They just have prog rock tendencies, but not going overboard with the prog rock, not in my experience with STYX. Anyway, that's all I got to say. STYX, Crash of the Crown, fully worth it. I would have paid 30 bucks for it. I probably would have paid 35 bucks for it. Don't push me. I don't spend that much on records. I like to get the used ones in good condition. I don't mind if you snap, crackle, and pops of a record. We've got like 300 records or something, and we spin records on the weekends and during dinner, during the week. We don't watch the TV. During dinner, we put a record on. Because, you know, when you make a record, I made a video about this. It's crafted. A good record, it's crafted. There's, like, every song on this is good. And they, you know, most of them are like appeal immediately, and some of them take a bit of time and warming up to. But there's no filler on here that I could detect. So that's I made a video on the criteria for what a good record is, from my opinion, my personal opinion, having made records myself and learning from mistakes, etc. And I hope that helps. If you're a STYX fan, I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy that, right? So listen to it on Spotify. But I think with a good crafted record, you have to listen to it from beginning to end. Or what I do is I take the output from my mixing board here, or the phono preamp actually, and I put it on my little Zoom H1 recorder, and I record album sides to listen to in the car while driving, because I still like the experience of a good album, right? Anyway, that's all I got to say. Hope that helps. My nose is itchy. I got to go. Cheers. You didn't need to hear that.